When you allow perverts to go into women's locker rooms and bathroom and stare at women and pretend you're a woman when you're just a crazy man.
Is that honestly the best you can come up with?
The majority of these high school shootings have been transgender people.
That is completely and utterly wrong.
They're crazy men. And these crazy men, their entire life, they would get beaten up for that. And now all of a sudden, they have to be accepted.
These extreme examples epitomise your nasty, disgusting attitude. Is that what you're teaching your daughters?
A lot of these fucking people with a fucking beard and a heart on, they're creeps.
Right, okay.
Are you talking about yourself here, or are you talking about trans women? Because that's not the trans women I know.
I know that it's a super complex, nuanced thing.
Here's what's not complex. What is your chromosomes?
So you're not going to answer Steve-O, so I'll answer him for you. Joe, I posted an article about that interview you did with Steve-O, and it got a lot of people interested. And I'm just wondering whether you and I should sit down and have a proper conversation about it. I kind of get the feeling you didn't really listen to Steve-O, so I just wonder whether you might just want to just keep stum a little bit. Tell me your ridiculous transphobic views and let me give you my answer back. What do you reckon?
Do you know who's killed more people than ICE this year? Trans shooters. Do you know the majority of these high school shootings have been transgender people?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
The thing is, Joe, I don't know where you're getting your stats from, but that is completely and utterly wrong. Are you even able to read the newspapers properly? Yes, maybe there has been some reporting about there potentially being some trans people who were the shooters, but by far the majority of these mass shootings happen from cisgender people. By using your platform to spread this misinformation, even Steve-O goes, oh, I did not know that. And it's not true.
Talk to this transgender person. They described to me a level of oppression that genuinely fucking broke my heart.
This is a person who has compassion. Why are you not feeling that same level of compassion? This is a group of people who are being hurt. Oppression is a big word.
Like, I am not allowed to use the bathroom at my own place of work. We've got like politics.
That's not true. They're just not allowed to use the bathroom. It doesn't align with their biological sex.
Is that honestly the best you can come up with? Have you seen these trans women and trans men and non-binary people? All they want to do is go to the toilet. And actually, they just want to go to the toilet in the toilet that matches them. Nothing to do with their genitals or their chromosomes. Come on, Joe.
I genuinely think there's people that feel like they are in the wrong biological sex.
Sure.
Right? But there's also people that are fucking perverts.
Not this pervert thing again. Come on, Joe. There are many, many, many perverts in the world, and maybe some of them happen to be transgender. But it will be the same proportion of people who are transgender. By far the majority of perverts are people like you, cisgender people.
They have a thing called autogynephilia. And what that is they get a turn on by pretending to be a woman.
How old do you want the research to go back to? So one bloke decides to say that it was a fetish, that some men got off on pretending to be a woman. And now you're saying that all transgender women are just men who get off on wanting to be a woman. Have you not had your eyes open and seen real life transgender people? Do you think they've all got a fetish? It's just nonsense.
And so you give them a fucking Willy Wonka golden ticket to go into the women's locker room and the women's bathroom and stare at women and pretend you're a woman when you're just a crazy man and you're actually into women.
Do you know what? Women who go into women's bathrooms actually go into the bathroom to either take a bath, to change their clothes, to go to the toilet. Women don't go into the locker room to stare at other women, and neither do transgender women. All they want to do is go in, go about their business and come out again.
I don't doubt that that's real, and I know that it's a super complex, nuanced thing. But
here's what's not complex. What is your chromosomes?
So you don't even want to hear from Steve-O, is that right? You're so busy with your next cool question about the chromosomes. Oh, let me squeeze that chromosome question in here. You're so busy getting on to the next cool question that you don't even want to listen to Steve-O's response or his question or his thoughts. It's not very good interviewing, is it?
This is the same thing for competing. Right. All these fucking mental gymnastics that seemingly intelligent people do to justify biological males competing with females.
Oh, I don't think anybody's
It's the same
that.
thing.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Right.
And especially as speaking as a man who has daughters, like there are creeps.
You're a man who has daughters. What if one of your daughters turns out to be transgender? Would you change your mind? And they're not creeps. There are creeps in the world, and by far the majority of creeps are people just like you.
And I'm not saying all trans people are creeps.
Right.
But a lot of these fucking people that are in trouble for going into women's bathrooms dressed as a woman with a fucking beard and a heart on are just that. They're creeps.
Right, okay.
Are you talking about yourself here, or are you talking about trans women? Because that's not the trans women I know.
They're crazy men. And these crazy men, their entire life, they would get beaten up for that. And now all of a sudden, they have to be accepted.
Oh, I wonder why they might get beaten up for that. Maybe you have a part to play in this. Maybe your continued bad-mouthing of transgender women is part of the reason why these people get beaten up for that. You are responsible. Your platform, the way that you use your platform and your audience to spout this hate makes you responsible for the outcome.
So you've got two things going on at the same time.
For sure.
You've got people with gender dysphoria that genuinely wish they were a woman or genuinely wish they were a man.
Excuse me, pardon me. They don't wish they were a woman and they don't wish that they are a man. They are a woman or they are a man.
And by the way, it's men that are the problem. No one gives a fuck about trans men going into the men's bathroom. Come on in. Who cares?
Don't you think that's a little tiny, weeny little bit sexist?
Right.
Who cares? Oh, a girl's going to shit next to you? Or what is she going to do? She's going to pee out of a funnel? What is she going to do? Like, no one's going to get hurt.
I'm not arguing
no
with
one's
you on
going to get
this.
hurt. This is the problem.
It really, really bothers me, this image that we're creating, that men are in some way dangerous. So that if you have a penis, if you have XY chromosomes, if your sex hormone is testosterone, that you are inherently dangerous. Is that what you're teaching your daughters? It's not right. We need to move away from this. There are some men who are a danger. There are some women who are a danger, and we need to protect society from those people. But to spread this kind of rumour and image that all men are a danger, or that we as women and girls need to be scared of men, it's just outrageous. This is 2026.
When you allow perverts to have this hall pass to go into women's locker rooms and bathrooms.
Yeah.
So you can't say you're not allowed to use the bathroom where you work. That's not true. You're just not allowed to use the women's room where other women are in there because you're not a woman.
Look, all right, so you're not going to answer Steve-O, so we're not going to let him speak. Can't you hear the fact that he's actually trying to speak here? So I'll answer him for you. It is a problem. Not all workplaces have a separate toilet for each person to go to that has their name on it in particular. And so therefore, the toilet that you choose to use is the one that closest matches your identity. So yes, there are very, very many transgender people who find it very, very difficult to go to the toilet at work at the moment.
47 biological males in California are housed in women's prisons. Some of them are sex offenders.
These extreme examples epitomize your nasty, disgusting attitude towards a minority group in your country.
We have to understand that, like, what is more important? One person's feelings or the safety of all these women? And the safety of all these women is much more important.
I think what you actually mean to say is that everybody's feelings are important and everybody's safety is important. That's the end of the line.
You gotta be kind to people, but also you gotta have rules. There's a reason why there's a woman's room and a men's room. It's because some men are fucking creeps. And if you allow those creeps to just put on a dress, and again, I'm not saying all trans people are like this at all.
People like you always come back to this one. Oh, I'm not saying that everyone's like this. But then you spend the last 10 minutes just generalising about creeps and perverts and dresses and hard-ons. And then you're like, oh, I'm not saying everyone's like that. But this is what your platform says. This is what you do. You spread this hate. You leave these nuggets. And then you go, oh, I don't mean everybody. But you do.
And my only takeaway from my experience that I was relating to you is that it made me feel compassionate.
Well, that's
and
nice.
I want to be a good.
That's good. A better reason would be it's fucking stupid to get a boob job. Don't do it. No one's gonna like you more or think you're cool because you got a boob job at 52.
I'm glad.
Don't.
I'm glad that.
How old are you now?
51.
Yeah, that's too old for a boob job.
Yeah.
Even if you're a girl.
Actually, it's not too old. There are plenty of transgender women who are older, who have a boob job, who end up with a very nice result. Sorry, love. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video's helped you. And I think you're going to like this one that's on the screen right now.